For now we making mad less money. Now gas prices going up. Now Lyft want to talk about we're gonna take passenger payment to 30%. Why y'all would take 60 like Uber would take 70? Actually, they would take 80. Let me tell y'all something about Uber, bro. Uber takes 60, 70%. They don't incorporate them cash outs. They don't incorporate them cash outs. So sometimes you cash in out multiple times a day. Right. You fuck around it, man. Yeah, they taking far more money. They lying. They some thieves, bro. Then they incorporate AI. Let me tell y'all something with this AI, bro. I can never stay in my area. I never able to stay in my area. Why is that? Explain that to me. Why am I never able to stay in my area? Why are they giving me rides for 25 minutes out the way to go drive 50 minutes another way? Wow. Why? Yo, I live in the A, bro. I know my areas. I know what areas is busting. I know what areas is trash. My area is not trash. They're purposely trying to make me go all the way out this way, go out there, make me lose money there. Remember, this AI is recording everything you're doing.
Yep.
It knows what time you want to get on here. It knows how you make your money. It knows everything about
you want to go home. I kid you not. Everything.
Their goal is to make you broke, so they can incorporate driving, fully like automated.
Way more
driving. What's the word for it?
Automated vehicles.
Automated drivers. Where they don't have to pay drivers, where there's nobody driving the car. You see what's going on with Waymo? They're gonna buy out Lyft anyways.
Yeah, so
all of that. Like, it's mad stuff going on, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Lyft is full of it and Uber, because they know what they're doing. They only care about the shareholders making money and their businesses. They're gonna run us to the ground, and that's it. Yo, gangster, like, if somebody got some balls to just say, yo, we done with Lyft, let's screw over their company, but let's mess up their margins.
So bruh's been going through it with Uber and Lyft, right? I used to do Uber 2 to 3 years ago, so I know. Matter of fact, I was doing Uber in 2024. Now I've been doing Amazon Flex since 2024 too, but that's what I do now. I do Amazon Flex. I like Flex. Like, I'm gonna take a shift after I do this video, and Flex got the base pay and everything, so that's why I was rocking with it over Uber, because like he was saying, Uber knows when you're on the app, when you want to go home, when you want to stay in a certain area, and when you block out certain rides to try to stay in a certain field, they gonna not stop giving you orders. Oh, you don't want to work? Bet. Yeah, no more rides. Whole time you just don't want to drive $10. You don't want to drive 25 miles for $12. And I remember I was talking with a lot of people, because I used to do Uber, and the same money that people make, the same 8 hours you put in to make 300, now you make 150. What's going on? So, of course, when I get in the Uber, it's too late, bro. I never leave my area. My acceptance rating is in the 30s, and I don't care. Like, I've been doing freelance work since I was 17. You feel me? I'd use freelance work and gig work to move out my hometown. Somebody said, you can always stop, bro. I feel like you shouldn't even do gig work if you're not pivoting into something else. But
man, Uber is fucking ridiculous. Yesterday, I picked up Uber Comfort ride to JFK Airport from Brooklyn. When I started the trip, according to the GPS, it was going to take about 68 minutes, which is long ride, but it ended up taking more than 2 hours. There was a lot more traffic than I imagined. There's nothing I can do, because what can you do? I'm no God, right? Well, it took 2 hours and I cannot go faster. I mean, I tried, but it didn't work. Then I got threatening email from Uber. Basically, Uber thought I took time on purpose to make more money. In New York City, Uber has to pay drivers by minutes and distances.
Adjustment rate.
So let's say trip's supposed to be 30 minutes, but the trip ended up taking longer than 30 minutes. They have to pay us extra. Uber hates us paying more. I was curious if Uber lost money on this trip. Uber loses money on some trips. Yeah, I was curious about that. I saw how much the rider paid. The rider paid $188.
You only got paid $88.
Out of that, I made about $88 or something like that. Uber ended up making $65. When I saw it, I was shocked. They made really good money. Almost same as me, but they didn't have to work. I understand they had to take the risk, but they made $65 out of a $188 trip. Yes, I made a little bit more money, but...
Yeah, remember what he said last time. When you cash out, you got to do a percentage fee, just like when you use PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and these when you use these apps and you got that cash out, Robinhood, when you use these transactions, Webull, fucking, it don't matter what you use. Bro, when you got a transaction fee, let's just say it's $2 to $3. That's nothing, right? But it depends on how much you deposit in. Like I had to deposit some money today, it was $7 transaction fee. They did that to 1,000 people. And this is your money, right? But imagine Uber. So the money you work for in a day, they're gonna take a percentage of that, and they're gonna take a percentage when you cash out your money. And they're doing that to everybody. So imagine if you make a 30 cents to $5 off of everybody, nigga. Mind you, it depends on how much you make. Shit, your cash out fee might be 36 cents or it might be $5 to $10. Is that not fucking crazy? I think it's a consistent fee on Uber, but you know what I mean by like on the banking apps and stuff. So, bro, this is insane. Like Uber, what they do is they invite you and they pay you good, and then they turn your shit off after you start doing good. Like, look, you'll see videos like this, right?
I'm gonna try to make my rent in 4 days driving an Uber. I'm gonna hit it by doing $250 Thursday.
You can make money on Uber though.
Friday,
You just gotta be tactical.
Saturday, and $300 on Sunday. It's Thursday about 5 p.m. I started at 3. I'm at $68. So I've already done pretty well. I spent $34 on gas. I'll tell you every time I fill up so we can subtract that from the total. Okay, I did take a 2-hour break to go visit my friend, but it's now 2:44 a.m. and I've actually gotten to 320 some
Shit, that's more than I ever made in a day.
I had one that was a $60
I can't do
ride,
that shit.
like an hour and 15 minutes.
I can't
way
work
out of
8-hour
town.
days on Uber.
It was $60,
Y'all better
but
than me.
then she tipped me $20. I think because she felt bad. I picked her up at the airport.
Yeah.
But I'm like still awake. I keep drinking all this damn caffeine, so I might as well go through. Sometimes it's busy like through the night. I haven't really done it like this actually, where I'm driving through the night on a weekday, but
How I used to do it when I did Uber, I would work the first 4 hours of the day and try to make 100, and then I'll work another part of the day, another 4 hours in a day, and make another 100. But usually, I'm only gonna work that first 4 hours because I hate 8-hour shifts. I hate staying at a job. I hate being somewhere having to earn money for 8 hours. All I got is a part-time in me. I only got about 5 to 6 hours on my day to work in increments. Now, like what I do, like I'll go work at Flex and then I'll take another shift later. But then ever since I got back from Utah, I ain't been going to work every day. And I lost some money. And I had a low month on YouTube. So I'm like, yeah, bro, time to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? And get this shit right. That's why you have jobs. That's why I'm an independent contractor, sole proprietor, so I can pick up work and have different avenues and hustles when shit slow up. Luke Graham said the key of being a consistent millionaire is to have 7 hustles that's smacking. So when you got 2 that's down, you still got 5 booming. 3 change at one time, I ain't signed, nigga.
I mean, it's still going and I still have energy, so.
Somebody said no one talks about how bad the wear and tear is on your vehicle. Honestly, it depends on the vehicle you're getting, but that's why I don't own a vehicle right now. I rent a vehicle and I will pay a fee and take my money off the top. Because whenever I don't want this car anymore, I can give it back to them. Even though it's more expensive than owning a car, or financing a car, or leasing a car. In hindsight, in my mind, in my business mind, I'd rather have the leisure and the freedom of not having to be stuck in a car. So if I wake up today and get in this car and I gotta change the tire, that shit's free. I'll just take it to the shop and they do it for free. And it's a work vehicle. You know, so I could treat it like work. But when it's my car and it's my doing the shit like that and I need the money, there's no worse feeling than that shit. Using your own car and you need the money and you relying on this damn job, it's nothing worse than that shit. Like with me, I could still sign up for Lyft and get a vehicle because that's what I was going to do when I turned 25, but I'm not trying to do that. I don't need to do that shit right now. But like that is something I could do, is sign up for Lyft. Like I still have Uber on my phone, but I don't have Uber Eats. I got fired from Uber Eats, Instacart. I used to do all them shits. But we gonna make more videos talking about the gig economy. Today we just gonna talk about Uber, but I want to show you how much money she was making compared to people saying they ain't making no money. So it's both sides.
We're going. Okay, it's day 2. I made like $330 yesterday on Thursday. Today is Friday. I just had a $9 one. It's now 2:20, and I'm about to get going. We'll see how long I can go today before they kick me off. I only have 12 hours. I am getting gas again. I'm not completely empty, but I am getting gas again, and now it is
Yeah, that gas be crazy.
$26. I took a long break and then I took a really long one going 2.5 hours away for $130. So now I'm at $270 and I'm having a good
I got me a sale at 9:30.
It's 4 a.m. I just got home and I'm at $338. I was at $80 at like 9:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. So I did pretty well. And I'm still on caffeine, but pretty good. Goal was 350, but I went over my goal by almost 100.
So she making that money, but you see she busting her ass, you know what I'm saying? And you can make money though, bro. Like I've seen a lot of people talking about they leaving money, but I mean they getting money. Let me see. Like you got Uber drivers rapping.
And in this kitchen, shooting up the crib, murdering your kids, yeah. With all the sucker shit when it comes to handling biz. Way Street original, chopping up them pigeons. OT with the affiliate homie water whipping. Breaking them down in 12, 8, and 12, 12. To running them cops to be in.
Somebody said have Beanie Siegel, have Anthony Hamilton. Why do niggas in the 90s think that's the best bar? Yeah, running the crib, you pop the baby crib. Like, bro, that shit, I hate that bar. I always hated that fucking bar. I always hated that bar.
To the bitch that I gave an Uber ride to this morning, if I could remember your name, I would air your shit out over the internet. I think it was Emily, but why didn't you tip me? I know my car didn't start, like, initially, but I got it there.
Ha ha! You bullshitting.
Are Uber drivers leaving the trade in 2026? Well, I'm going to go live on all my social medias this morning, 10 a.m. It's Friday, and we're going to talk about it, because I'd love to hear your opinion and your feedback on it, because what I'm seeing online when I was talking to people on previous streams is that since Make Tax Digital is coming in April, and also Uber is now reporting the earnings, it's putting a lot of people off and they're leaving. Not the private hire in general, but they're leaving Uber for other local companies, maybe going into the airports, or maybe just completely going back to employment. Because some of the employment benefits sound a lot better than self-employed these days, especially when it comes to tax and reporting and all that hassle. So yeah, guys, come tune in. It's on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Facebook. I might be on Instagram if I can get it to work, and a few others, guys, yeah. Nice one, you know the score. Give us a little like and follow. And yeah, I'll be speaking to you shortly if you join. See you soon, guys. Thanks. Ta-ta.
You gotta think about this, right? So he in the UK, and he's saying that people are quitting Uber, right? And I'm gonna do another video on DoorDash soon.
I was just trying to do Uber. They want to give me $5.64 to pick somebody up for 5 minutes. That's the duration to get there, and 18 minutes to drop them off. Suck my fucking dick. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was just trying to do Uber. They want to give me
So it's been 2 months since I went full time with
This
the
is
corporate
in
job
May.
and left doing Uber
She made this
full-time.
video.
I know to Uber really on a part-time basis, and the more time that I do, the more I
Right.
realize it's less and less worth it, especially with gas being $4.59 a gallon. That's crazy. Every once in a while it'll try to play and go down to like just barely $4, and I'd be screaming a little bit hallelujah, but I don't even look at the prices anymore because
Bro, with me, it's not about the gas prices, bro, because that shit don't matter. The gas isn't lasting. It's like the gas is burning faster. And I know you're saying, oh, it's because the gas prices are high, you need to put in more gas. I'm putting in more gas, and it's burning faster than what it usually did. And I'm not tripping off that. A lot of people have made that recognition. Now, I'm trying to get a shift right now on Flex, but they don't got no fucking shifts. I had one at 8. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I canceled it because I got I'm making a sale at 9:30, so I'm like, that shit don't even make sense. I should have just kept it though. At 8 to 11. I should have just kept that joint. I ain't gonna lie, it's already 7. 5. You lost some money.
I just know it's gonna cost me almost $20 more to fill up my gas tank than it did previously. And
Like I said, bro, gig work is good if you're pivoting into a business, but sometimes I'll be thinking like, man, why don't I just get a job, leave this car? But I don't have the energy to sit and listen to a boss, somebody like application. You walk into a building and you automatically have to shift your body. You got to shape shift into this worker. Like you can't be your true self. I'm not Omari no more at the job. I'm number 556. Like you're a number now. You got a name tag, but you're still a number. Like you got to turn your real self off. Like anytime I be out and about and I see people at work, it's like it's a shell of themselves. People are literally a shell of themselves at work, and that type of shit just irks me. But it's the thing. I can't say that shit and be still living with my mom or still barely getting by. Like, no, nigga, if I'm gonna say shit like this, I'm gonna do my due diligence to figure out what else I can do to be efficient. I'm not gonna sit here and just get burgered out by the world. So I use Uber and Lyft and Gig. That was my way of getting freedom. But everybody don't view it that way. So some people they use it to replace their income, or they just struggling, so they do it on the side. But at the end of the day, if you're smart, you'll use gig work to fuel into your business.